Hello, it's Stuart with another classic race. This one's from the 80s, Abdi Bile in 1989, running a very, very fast time. Let's have a look at it. It's Italy. I just literally saw this in my stream and I decided to start watching it. It looked interesting. I've watched the first lap, so I've come back and I'm going to react to the whole thing now. So let's go with it.
Every race too. Very, very relaxed character now, John. He's been on the circuit for years. He's run races like this thousands of times, literally. And we'll see another good performance from him tonight, I'm
So
sure.
I think that's I think John Walker is in this.
Among them up there in the early stages is
Ikem Bile, better known as a 800-meter runner. It looks like he's been he's doing the pacemaking.
Otherwise, it'll rather negate the entire idea of having pacemakers in. Vandy of Italy is one of those right up there in the early stages. Ikem Bile there in second place. Tony Morel, who has pacemaking instructions as well. Bile is in fourth place at the moment, and Lamborghini.
That's quite interesting. They've got 2-3 pacemakers there. If one screws up, then obviously the other two might get it right. Let's see what they go through the first lap.
People in front of Bile, all of whom I strongly suspect are pacemakers.
Look at that.
That implies that Bile's looking for something very
Absolutely
special.
spot on pace. It means Abdi Bile's gone through in 56 seconds, which for a fast mile or 1500 is absolutely perfect timing that you want, and it's the kind of first lap that Coe very rarely ever got in his world record attempts, particularly in 1981 Stockholm, for example.
So those three pacemakers still doing their
But I think
job.
by the late 80s they'd sort of cracked this pacemaking thing. They had people who could take you through in about 56 seconds fairly reliably.
Williams of Canada, Bile there, Ikem Bile, the 800-meter runner from Great Britain in second. Morel is third. Bile there loping.
Abdi Bile certainly stands out there. If you look at him, you know, with his legs and his posture, his tall frame and everything, he looks like the great runner that he is or
Good
was.
healthy pace this. Kirochi, the young Kenyan, there in fifth place, just behind Bile, the
Let's see what the second lap.
in all
Yep,
white.
absolutely
Very, very
couldn't be better, really.
runner.
So the first lap they've gone through in what, 55 and a half, 56, and the second lap's not far off, inside 57. Really even pacing, perfect.
Struggling to stay with him, I'm sure.
Coe at his best off that kind of pacing frankly would have run inside 330, 328, 329 probably at his best in that Stockholm race, for example, and Zurich in 84, Zurich in 79. Had he had that kind of, bear in mind he was running like 54 seconds first lap.
He's back in fourth at the moment, and Lamborghini's just about with him as well. And Gonzalez,
I mean, bear in mind that Coe ran just inside 332 off absolutely appalling pacing, like 53 seconds for the first lap. Let's see what Abdi Bile runs after a 56, after perfect pacing. 249 again. There was some issue there with Bile trying to get around the pacemaker, I believe, which might have cost him time. So he's gone out. He's looking very comfortable, beautifully striding away there.
The time at 1200, by the way, was 2:49.76. Remember the world record 3:29.46 to Saida Wita set 4 years ago. As Bile drives his way down the straight, and this I think is going to be the fastest.
Actually, the other guys are not that far off him.
Very fast indeed from Bile. He's coming right away from Di Napoli, and Kirochi coming with a late run. As Bile goes through the line, 3:31.20. Kirochi second, Di Napoli is third.
Okay, so 3:31.2. Well, you know, a very good run. I suppose you've got to say that, I mean, if you go back to 1980 when Steve Ovett ran 3:31.36 in Koblenz, looking equally as impressive, looking, you know, I mean, obviously for my money, Coe and Ovett at their best were better than Abdi Bile. Would have beaten him. But obviously Coe, when Coe did face Abdi Bile in 1989 in the World Cup, he was obviously way past his best and only just lost, actually. Only just by what, 1.5 meters or something like that. So no, I'm taking nothing away from Abdi Bile. He was a worthy world champion, and he was probably the #1 in the world in between 87 and 89. He wasn't in the Olympics. Can't remember what happened there. But maybe he could have run faster here. But I mean, quite frankly, he had absolutely dreamlike pacemaking. He had absolutely okay. Somebody stepped out in front of him, a pacemaker, on the last lap. That maybe cost him a bit, 0.2 of a second perhaps. So he could have probably run inside 3:31 here. Maybe he could have gone earlier. I don't know. But I think that when I see a run like that with perfect pacemaking, I do believe that Ovet or Co flat out at their absolute best, would have run much faster than that. Ovet himself ran 3:30.77 when he was past his best in 83 on a very windy track. Co also in 86 with far from ideal pacemaking in 86 ran inside 3:30. But well done, Abdi Bile. It was a very good run. And that's about it. Let me know if you've got any comments on anything that I've said, anything that you take issue with. I admit that I admit that I'm biased towards the 3 British athletes, Co, Cram and Ovet. I make no apologies for that. They're probably my favourite 1500 metre mile runners, middle distance runners. I try to be objective, but I admit that with some of my evaluations on some of these races, particularly comparing with other great milers, that I'm tainted a bit with confirmation bias. I admit to that. I make no apologies for it. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll be back again with another video soon. Bye for now.